The courtroom was silent, a tense, coiled spring waiting to snap. Security guards stood like statues, their eyes tracking the figure in the defendant's box. Not a man, but a mind. The leader, his cranium pulsating with green, malevolent energy, surveyed the scene with an air of absolute superiority. He wasn't on trial, he was holding court. The judge, jury, and prosecution were all frozen, their faces masks of slack-jawed horror. A low hum filled the air, emanating from a device on his advanced hoverchair, a gamma-powered brainwave inhibitor. His plan was simple: demonstrate his intellectual might, seize control, and reshape the legal system in his own image. "This institution," the leader's voice boomed, amplified by his technology, "is a relic, a clumsy, inefficient tool for a primitive species. I'm here to offer an upgrade." He smiled, a cold, calculating expression. "From this moment on, I am the law." His eyes scanned the room, landing on the prosecution's table. There, a woman in a sensible business suit was slowly rising to her feet. Jennifer Walters. Her expression wasn't one of fear, but of profound annoyance, like her lunch break had just been interrupted. "Objection," Jennifer said, her voice calm but firm. The leader chuckled. "On what grounds, little lawyer? The grounds of your impending obsolescence?" Jennifer adjusted her glasses. "On the grounds that you're about to make a very, very big mistake." As she spoke, a ripple of green energy washed over her. Her business suit strained, then tore as muscle and mass expanded exponentially. The sensible pumps on her feet shattered. In seconds, the 6'7" emerald-skinned powerhouse known as She-Hulk stood in her place, fragments of her professional attire clinging to her sculpted form. "Now then," She-Hulk boomed, her voice a mix of legal authority and raw gamma power. "Let's discuss the charges, starting with disrupting a federal proceeding." The leader's smile faltered for a microsecond. This wasn't in his calculations. He'd planned for guards, for SWAT teams, but not for this. He quickly recalibrated. "An impressive, albeit brutish display, but your muscles are no match for my mind." A wave of invisible psychic force blasted from his inhibitor, aimed straight at She-Hulk's head. It was designed to overwhelm, to turn a normal brain into scrambled eggs. But She-Hulk's brain wasn't normal. It was gamma-irradiated, a fortress of willpower and legal knowledge. She staggered, a grunt escaping her lips, but her eyes remained focused, blazing with green fire. "Nice try, big head, but I've cross-examined tougher minds than yours." With a single, fluid motion, she ripped the massive, heavy-duty evidence table from its bolts in the floor. The solid oak, reinforced with steel, was as light as a clipboard in her hands. She held it up like a shield just as another psychic blast hit, the energy crackling and dissipating against the dense wood. "While we're on the subject of illegal tactics," She-Hulk said, advancing slowly, each step a small tremor in the courtroom floor, "I'd like to cite the Illegal Use of Mental Force Act of 1988, Section 3, Subsection B." She sidestepped another psychic volley, the beam vaporizing a chunk of the wall where she'd just been standing. "It specifically prohibits the use of telepathic, psionic, or technologically augmented mental abilities to coerce, intimidate, or otherwise influence legal proceedings. You're in clear violation." The leader's frustration was palpable. His hoverchair zipped back, trying to maintain distance. "Your pathetic laws are meaningless. They are constructs of a feeble society," he shrieked, unleashing a continuous stream of psychic energy. She-Hulk deflected the barrage with the table, the wood groaning and splintering under the assault. "Oh, they're meaningful when they are enforced by a 7-foot-tall gamma-powered attorney who's about to hold you in contempt," she retorted, a grin spreading across her face. She was closing the distance. The leader's hoverchair was agile, but the courtroom was a confined space. He dodged and weaved between the jury box and the witness stand, but She-Hulk was relentless. She saw his strategy: keep her at a distance where his mind was mightier than her muscle. So, she changed the battlefield. With a mighty roar, she didn't leap or charge. Instead, she brought her fists down on the marble floor. The impact was seismic. The floor didn't just crack, it shattered, heaving upwards in a wave of stone and dust. The carefully calibrated gyroscopes in the leader's hoverchair screamed in protest as the ground beneath it became a chaotic, shifting landscape. The chair bucked and tilted, its equilibrium completely thrown off. For one critical second, the leader was destabilized, his focus diverted from offense to simply staying upright. It was all the opening She-Hulk needed. She lunged through the dust and debris. The remains of the evidence table were cast aside as she closed the final few feet in a single, powerful bound. Her fist, a green sledgehammer of cosmic radiation and legal fury, was pulled back. The leader's eyes widened in genuine terror. He had miscalculated. He had underestimated the raw, physical application of the law. "The court finds you in contempt," She-Hulk declared, her voice a low growl. Then she delivered the final verdict, a bone-shattering, gamma-powered punch that connected squarely with the chassis of the hoverchair. The sound was a symphony of destruction. The crunch of advanced alloys, the pop of overloaded circuits, and the final, satisfying thud of justice being served. The leader was launched from his now wrecked chair, his brainwave inhibitor shorting out with a shower of sparks. He landed in a heap, unconscious, amidst the wreckage of the witness stand. The low hum of his machine died, and silence, broken only by the settling dust, returned to the courtroom. She-Hulk stood over him, breathing heavily, and brushed a stray piece of rubble from her shoulder. She looked at the frozen judge, then back at the unconscious supervillain. "Case closed," she said. And with that, the day was saved, proving once again that in the right hands, justice can pack one heck of a punch. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this epic courtroom showdown, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more content. Let me know in the comments who you'd like to see She-Hulk take on next. See you in the next video.